everybody doing today? So, since the Bills lost, the Super Bowl 60 logo or inverted logo has shifted from clean resolution to fracture and transition. So now we're looking for teams that either benefit from fracture or are exposed by it. No forcing it. I'll mark each as fit and partial, no and explain why. So, I had to go back and relook at everything again. Okay, I have to go back and relook at everything again. So here we go. New England Patriots verdict: no. Excluded from fracture logic. Why? Patriots equal old destiny closure. Already completed their arc. Yeah. Fracture years reject completed empires. Yeah, the Patriots already completed what they needed to do. Yeah, a dynasty. Their dynasty ended 5 years ago. So there's no reason for the Patriots to be here either. Even symbolically, colors are heavy: red/navy/white. No inversion advantage. No host alignment. No transition rule. Role in LX. Memory, not momentum. They can appear in narratives, but not as a carrier. Yeah. The Texans are partial. So verdict: partial. Fracture: comparable, not symbolic. Why they sort of fit: young, fast, unidentified. Well, unidentified and identity. Thrive in chaos years. So the Texans thrive in chaos years. Okay? They thrive in chaos years. Why don't they fully fit? No strong color or logo alignment with LX inversion. Yeah, that's kind of in here. Well, technically not really, but it's kind of in here, but it really doesn't fit, to say the least. Inversion, so no historical weight, no geographic/host relevance, to/new, to carry league meaning. Roland LX, chaos beneficiary, not cycle driver. Yeah. The Texans represents chaos. Yeah. They can go further than expected, but they don't define the year. Yeah. Yeah. The Texans can go further in the playoffs, but eventually at some point they're gonna have to stop either in the divisional round or the AFC Championship game. Remember, the Texans has never made the AFC Championship game before. There's a possibility they could make the AFC Championship game, or they could stop at the divisional round, which is today. They could stop right there. The Los Angeles Rams. Okay, verdict: no. I put no here. Blocked by redundancy. This one is important. Why the Rams are excluded. Recent Super Bowl winner, same state uh, proximity to San Francisco host logic. Colors belong to LVI, not LX. Represent, like I said before. If you saw that video of me inverting the logo for Super Bowl 56, the colors inverted is yellow gold dominance with blue. That represents Rams. And if you look at this logo, there's no gold in there, or there is blue, but there's not, the blue is not matching the Rams blue. If you look at it, so represent recency and not transition. So not transition. Fracture years do not repeat nearby champions. Yeah, rolling LX must be removed for structures to stay intact. So the Rams must be eliminated in order for this to stay intact. For the transition and / fracture to work, the Rams must be eliminated. My earlier instinct that Seattle must beat the Rams was correct. Even more so now. Even if the Rams do beat the Bears today, they will have to lose to Seattle next week in the NFC Championship game in order for this to work. That's the only possible way that this transition / fracture will work. Yeah. Chicago Bears verdict. Okay, the Chicago Bears is partial. Legacy gatekeeper only. Why they almost fit. Foundational franchise. Cold weather defense DNA. Can eliminate others. Packers. Yeah, the Packers got eliminated by the Bears. Yeah, there it is. Why they don't fully fit. Midwest energy, not Pacific. not host adjacent. No inversion slash color alignment. Represent pass order, not transition. Rolling LX cleaner, yeah, not finalist. Yeah. They're useful early, not late. Yeah. So the Bears fit partially, but not really. They represent pass order, not transition. So the Bears could get eliminated by the Rams here, and the Rams will lose to the Seattle Seahawks next week. So I might have to change my prediction on the Rams and the Bears here in order for this to work. Now, the 49ers got fucking eliminated, and we all saw that. This was probably the easiest one to bet that the 49ers will lose here. And I said that. So San Francisco 49ers verdict: no. Host illusion. This is the classic trap. Why the 49ers are excluded. Host city team, red gold slash red legacy dominance, too obvious. NFL avoids host team coordinations in fracture years. So the 49ers had to be eliminated in order for this to work. Yeah, they had to get the fuck out of the playoffs. In LX especially, gold is being stripped out, not rewarded. Inversion removes them visually and symbolically. Role in LX, background gravity, not outcome. They influence the environment, not the ending. Yeah. So the San Francisco 49ers have to get the fuck out of the playoffs in order for this fracture slash transition to work. That's the only way it's gonna work. So, big takeaway important. After the Bills lost, LX is no longer about who deserves it. It's about who survives inversion, who handles fracture, who matches the environment. From this group, no one replaces Buffalo as resolver. Several teams are actively excluded. Transition carriers like Seattle become more important, not less. Why Broncos fit and not Patriots or Texans? Broncos equal false resolution slash stabilizer. When the true resolver, Bills, fails slash fracture years usually crown an old power with nothing left to prove that claims the league. Well, I would say claims calms the league temporarily. That is exactly Denver. That's the Broncos. They represent past completions, familiar authority, AFC history without ongoing dynasty pressure. That fits Broncos perfectly. That's what a league chooses when it doesn't want chaos to win. Okay, so this is about transition. So this is what the league chooses if they don't want chaos to win. So now everything is look like it's leaning towards the Broncos now. Yeah, we this is a possibility. We could see the Broncos win their fourth Super Bowl, and I think they will tie the Chiefs in the division with 4 Super Bowls. Yeah, yeah. Also, side note, Bo Nix got hurt. Uh, I think he got a fractured bone in his ankle or something. Something in his ankle got fractured, and he's out for the season. So if you're a Broncos fan, you're probably worried now. But if the NFL is picking the Broncos to go to the Super Bowl and win here, then you don't have to fucking worry. This seems like a similar situation that the Eagles had when Carson Wentz got hurt, and Nick Foles had to come in and lead the Eagles to the into the playoffs and win a Super Bowl for them against the Patriots. This looked like the repeat of that shit. If y'all think about it, but that's what it looked like. So why this amplifies the arc important. If it's Seahawks versus Broncos and Seattle loses, then LX ends with order restored. So repeat of Super Bowl 48. Yeah, that's what this is looking like. Instead of the Seahawks winning this time, the Broncos will win this time. Yeah. So LX ends with order restored. LXI or Super Bowl 61 becomes release and experimentation. That's what that one becomes. And Super Bowl 62 becomes true declaration slash polarization. Yeah, that's what that becomes. which perfectly matches what I already mapped out. And what's funny, the Saints actually fits this one right here. The Saints fits this one. The New Orleans Saints fit this one right here. 62. They fit this one. They fit that one. So this is what I think it is now. And it's crazy that I missed this. So I put this on me. That's this is technically my fault because I missed this. I should have tested it. If the Bills did lose, I should have tested it if the resolution pallet fractures. I should have tested that if it fractured. But now I have to go back and look at everything again and come back and look at this. Now it's looking more like the Broncos now. It really is. It's looking more like the Broncos, and I think I'm correct about Seattle because Seattle is the only team that fits that transition/fracture thing. They fit that. So every time I do this, I always get one team right and one team wrong. I always do this every time. Every time I always get one right and one wrong. It's always like that. But this is why I do videos and kind of like figure it out as as you know as the games go on. I kind of figure it out as time goes on. But next year, remember, next year the Bills still have a chance. Next year, they still have a chance, and there's a possibility that the Bills could go next year. But if it is, let me tell you one thing: if it is the Broncos, if they're picking the Broncos to go to the Super Bowl, right? That's that's gonna be the fourth time they picked the team from the AFC West. Because remember, 2023 was Chiefs, 2024 was Chiefs, 2025 was Chiefs, and now 2026 that's Broncos. They picked teams from the division from the AFC West four fucking times in back-to-back years. That's too many times. And I think next year they leave this division because they hit this division too many times. So they're gonna have to leave this division at some point. And I think they leave this division after this Super Bowl because they hit this division too many times. They hit that division too many times. But anyway, this is the end of the video. We're gonna see if this turns out, if this happens or not. But it looked like I'm right on. It looked like I'm right in the ballpark of this because this seems correct to me. We'll see if the Rams beat the Bears tonight, and we'll see if whoever wins the Texans and Patriots game, out of the Texans or Patriots, whoever wins that game. But we'll see. See you tonight. This is the end of the video. Y'all have a nice day.